Welcome to Not Your Average Neighbor, the podcast celebrating inspiring individuals and the amazing work they do in our community. I'm Ann Roshar, your host, inviting you to join me as we shine a light on stories of resilience, connection, and good news. Let's build a neighborhood that uplifts and inspires, one story at a time. Howdy, neighbors. It's Ann Roshar, your hostess with the mostest, not your average neighbor. And today I am on location, very big deal, on location at Kirkwood Community College here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, with a very special guest. I'm so excited to be here. I was just explaining to them how I was in radio back in the late 1900s. I was a DJ for KCCK, Your Jazz Connection, and such blast from the past memories that come back with that. So before we get started and I introduce you to our guest, I want to shout out a neighbor. My husband and I got into season 4 of Love on the Spectrum this weekend. And if you don't know these people and love them as much as I do, I don't know that I want to know you. Love on the Spectrum, Netflix. They are the kings and queens of dating and humanity. So definitely check them out if you haven't yet. Logan stole my heart this year or this season. And then Madison and Tyler are so in love, and that was cute too. Anyway, so not without further ado, I'm going to introduce our fabulous guest today. And I apologize, but I am going to read from a script. Tara Louisa Allen is an experienced educator, consultant, and veteran dedicated to helping people maximize their potential through innovative strategies and leadership development. She does a million things, but she serves as lead faculty and coordinator of the marketing management program at Kirkwood Community College, hence why we are here today. Thank you so much for that. And she also is the founder of Eagle Eye Vision Consulting. Tara works with organizations to improve efficiency, enhance strategic thinking, and create inclusive environments. I also want to say she is the host of My Story, My Reality podcast, where she engages with listeners in thought-provoking discussion on personal growth, perspective, and resilience. And I was a guest on your podcast, I think last year, right?
Yeah, about a year ago.
Welcome, Tara.
I know.
Thank you so much. Thanks again for letting me in the setup. This is
Crashed
so
Kirkwood.
exciting.
We crashed Kirkwood.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
It's in between classes.
Right. So welcome. I like to, I don't know that you know this story about our paths, but I used to watch you a lot and be very interested in when you did the Zumba with the drumming.
Oh,
what
pound.
was that? Yeah, pound. So
I didn't know that.
You were just leaving. You were just moving, and so Trisha Brink.
Yeah, Trisha Brink. And her husband works here.
Yes, she took over the class. It was a PWN night out, actually.
Oh.
We did, and it was like right when you were leaving, you moved, and then luckily you came back. And I'm not sure how we got in. Oh, did we meet at a Metro Economic Alliance event?
Possibly, or I think I might have reached out.
Or was it PWN?
I might have reached out, through PWN for like class stuff, and we had coffee.
Right, we had coffee.
And I had a bunch of students who were in becoming realtors.
Yes. But also during that time, you had said that you had just went to Feed Well.
Yes.
For breakfast.
Yes.
And I was talking about how my son worked there. And I think, what color hair did he have then?
He had green hair.
Yeah, he had green hair.
So you told me about that. I'm like, oh, I just saw him.
Yes, which kind of made us bond even closer. And then, so let's firstly talk about give us a little brief story of who you are and what you do. I mean, you do so much, so let's...
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Who am I?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who is Tara?
Unassuming. Unassuming Tara. I like to, I would say, live life to the fullest. And I think have like some philosophies of just life's meant to be lived. That's why I think I do a lot of things to feel alive. A lot of the things on my plate are integrated into my joy. So I ask myself, is this joyful and is it not? And if it's not, then I get rid of it. I ask myself, is this reciprocal? Is this bringing me energy, or is it draining me energy? And I take the things that are draining me energy and I consider them. I don't just fully cut them out because it just might be a season, but I do consider it. And then after consideration for a time or a period, I might stop that. I also am pretty good at, there's reminiscing and then there's missing who you were maybe in a different decade. So, I used to be a salsa dancer and I used to do all these things. And yes, I still love to do that. That's not my identity right now. And I'm okay with letting that be put to rest, instead of, so being present, also considering opportunities that come. I'll just, same thing, consider, is this thing in my joy list?
Right.
And if it is, then I can integrate it and have the energy to do all those things to where I get asked a lot, when do you sleep?
Yeah.
And I sleep a lot. But when I'm awake, I'm living passionately and joyfully.
That is so important. I think I always say I'm better busy, but I'm not a better human.
Right.
I'm just better functionality wise, right?
Yeah.
Like when I have a lot on my plate, I feel energized by that. But then Sundays are couch rot days, especially in the winter because, and then I feel a little guilty about that. But it's like there has to be a balance there somewhere, I'm sure. How do you find your focus to get back in the game after the so-called sleep that you do? Because I don't believe you sleep.
I would say that I'll try to listen to my body. And just for instance, 2 weeks ago, we had spring break and I decided to pretty much just stay in bed for 3 days. I didn't feel like working out. I wanted to read. So that was one of the things on my joy list that was missing. And although I didn't eat glutinous cookies, I did eat gluten-free cookies, and I didn't feel bad about it. And
well, good.
I didn't work out, and I read almost the book I wanted to finish back in January.
Yeah.
And just had time to not see anybody and not do anything, and I didn't open up my laptop, and I refreshed.
Good for you. Good for you. Was there a turning point that happened in you that you said, I've got to find the joy rather than, run like a crazy person?
Yeah, there's multiple. So I don't know how deep. Do you want to go deep?
No, let's just go. I love deep, but
I have a few.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
I'll give you maybe like mid. Well, I don't think I'm in midlife, but like in my 20s.
Okay.
I was in the military, and I had kind of some surgeries that didn't go well, which resulted pretty much my birth of my daughter. And it resulted in multiple surgeries and losing certain organs and things like that. So there was a surgery that I was assigned, or I guess scheduled to have, that was supposed to be 30 minutes, and it was an exploratory surgery. It ended up becoming 3.5 hours and very difficult on my body. So what I experienced in my reality was like flatlining for however long and like losing my hearing, feeling the life leave my body, but then my energy expanding out larger than my body. So that moment, and then I came back and then I could hear again, and people were helping me.
Wow.
And so after, I think that moment, 2 things, I was like, oh, I almost died. And I have a daughter. And what am I doing with my life, kind of thing. Then the second thing was, I expanded. Why can't I expand while I'm alive now? Great. And so taking my energy and expanding it into, like, I really do believe I can expand it into my classroom. I can expand it into the community. Like, I feel like we're bigger than what our bodies can contain. And so, thoughts go everywhere and feelings go everywhere. And, when you walk into a room and you can feel the energy into the room, if people have been talking about you or they're angry or they're sad, or, you can walk into a funeral and everybody's sad. You can feel the heaviness there. If you flip it, you can feel the joy, you can feel the connections, you can feel all that stuff. So
I love that so
I think
much.
that was a turning point of living.
I'm like flabbergasted to hear that is your experience, but also like it is all about our mind and if you have a negative mindset, I just heard this morning, nothing positive can come from that. Right. You really have to work on positive, especially in a world of a dumpster fire that we are right now.
Right.
So we have to find our neighbors, do kind things, be kind humans, and find the fun in life.
Oh, I love fun.
Find the joy, find the fun. Well, thank you for sharing that with you. And I'm embarrassed that I didn't know that before. So
I could go a little deeper, but
Okay, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So when so I mentioned you moved to Nashville, right, for a few years, and then you came back. And when you came back, let's start your story there. When did you move back?
I moved back in 2023, so I'd lived here 4 years before, from 2015 to 19. And I had a whole another world then. So you met me with Pound and going around doing fitness stuff. And I worked at the Johnson County Attorney's Office. And I was finishing up my MBA program and continuing on for ethics. And then moved to Nashville in 2019 and started working for the National Guard headquarters as an auditor for military programs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That seems so not you. No, I mean, in the best possible way So you worked there and then said, no, this is not for me.
Well, I had been an auditor for 8 years for a global insurance company. So auditing, I love compliance and ethics and doing the right thing. And I do like having parameters, even though I'm expressive and I seem kind of wild maybe. I like the box because there's safety in the box.
Right.
And I kind of want to talk about safety maybe with networking. But there's this, there's parameters in marketing, there's parameters in finance, there's parameters in government.
In real estate.
In real estate, yeah. And, there's tons of them. Yeah. Those are wild right now.
Ethics are, a wild concept for some.
Yeah.
Not just realtors, but,
I think it's stressful.
Yeah.
Because we've had some conversations lately.
Yes. It is a little stressful. So you were doing auditing and then...
And then I crossed over to be an ethicist for the federal government during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I decided, for personal reasons, to go more full-time education side, but on the professional development. So I was a director of professional development for multiple universities. So I was at Tennessee State University doing kind of early childhood learning sciences in their research and sponsored programs. And it was pretty fun.
I bet.
So, but while doing that, I was an adjunct at Kirkwood starting from 2016. So I would fly back and forth.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that.
So when the position came open, I kind of caught wind of it and then applied.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Here
and said
you
yes.
are at Kirkwood.
I said yes.
Yes. Are you are you happy with that? I feel like you are. I feel like this is your vibe.
It is, and I didn't know it. So before I moved here, I was training to get back into the military. So I was training to go back into I was Air Force and I was going to switch to Army. But if I were to stay in Air Force, I wouldn't have to do boot camp anymore. But I was training to go to boot camp for the Army.
Oh, my gosh.
So if Kirkwood hadn't snatched me up, I would be in the military right now.
Wow. Thank
And I don't think a lot of people know that.
Thank goodness the universe kept you here,
right?
because you have touched so many people's lives in this amount of time that you've been back, that's really
2023, 3 years.
yeah, 3 years.
Less than 3 years. So this
You've
summer
made
will
a
be 3.
huge splash in this community. And if you don't know Tara, she can be found in many different places. One is a teacher, instructor at Kirkwood. Also, she's doing speaking opportunities like Fiercely You that I just saw her at in just a couple weeks ago at the U conferences. And you're also, are you still an ambassador to Metro Economic Alliance?
I'm not an ambassador. I'm a member.
A member,
and I have a consulting business.
and you have a consulting business. And tell us more about that.
Okay. So I started a consulting business actually on 11/11/22, which is Veterans Day.
Okay.
And it's called Eagle Eye Vision. And so the eagle, I was working at Kirkwood, and our mascot is our eagle. I'm Native American and also a veteran. And so this eagle is kind of like a pinnacle to everything that I am. And vision is relative because vision and perspective can change depending on where you're standing. And so the vision is part of perspective. And then the eye is kind of like a target. So when eagles see, and they see super clearly, and they have like this sharp vision, when they see and they attack their prey, they're going at speeds that could injure them. But they are precise. And so just that whole targeting thing. So what I did with Eagle Eye Vision was I have 4 pillars. And one is professional development. And at the time, I was the professional development director, and I knew we had a PD budget. So I was like, okay, I have services that can service your professional development in any organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I followed the budget because I was a auditor, so I kind of knew how to navigate and then advertise. Then marketing, so and that entailed AI because I was like, this is what's here. I don't need to understand it, but I can teach it. And then I have the inclusion piece, so how to have safe environments. And and then the wellness piece, because I can do 28 different formats of fitness, and then menopause, perimenopause workshops, mindfulness workshops, the science of your brain. So working in learning sciences, I learned so much about the brain. And then I can incorporate that into my marketing, and I can incorporate it into leadership. I can incorporate that into mindfulness. And then I teach meditation.
Oh my God. Seriously, Wendy's.
And painting classes, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a beekeeper now.
Oh yeah. Just throw that in there.
I have to because it's so funny. I think it's funny. I'm going to get a name tag. I was just talking about it this morning.
That has says, all of the things.
And I'm going to get shoes. So actually in class right before here, they were like, you should find some boots with bees on them. So I'm like, well, let me just look it up. And then you can type whatever you want. So I put Tara, a beekeeper, and they were just cracking up.
Oh, see, I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to come in and kind of, I don't know, speak to the students about life in the real world, kind of. And I always enjoy that so much. I don't know, and I probably haven't said it perfectly or maybe at all, but I just really appreciate that you see me. Because I feel like I know I'm loud and bold and all of that, but sometimes I feel like I get whatever. And that's, again, just my mental health. So maybe we can do a mental health session as well. So I just adore you, and I appreciate your energy and how you see joy and, good in everyone. I just really appreciate that. And we're so lucky to have you back here. Thank you, Kirkwood, for seeing the light and knowing that this is the vibe we needed is here. So yay, Kirkwood. Yay. And how do they find you if they want to learn more about Eagle Eye Consulting?
So I'm kind of like a speakeasy. So I never.
That's right.
I don't really.
You love a speakeasy.
I do. So it's like you have to know me. Yeah. Have coffee with me.
Right.
Find me on LinkedIn. So I'm on Tara Louisa Allen on LinkedIn. So that's the easiest way to find me.
Okay.
Is LinkedIn. And then I have my business cards out there. My cell phone is on there. You can Google me.
Okay.
Find me. My phone number is very public.
Yeah.
And with that, I find that the more public you are, and I think this is kind of a plug for ladies, is the more you're out there, and for students with networking,
Yes.
the more you're out there. A lot of people try to hide and they want to be private and everything like that. And that's actually an unsafe tactic. So there's safety in numbers, there's safety in community. When people know you, your safety level just keeps on rising.
That is such an interesting way to look at it, because being a realtor and having my friggin' phone number everywhere,
You're
I
very safe.
guess that, and I'm an elderly woman who, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe I'm not that safe then, because I can't run that fast. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Hornet spray. We'll get you some hornet spray.
Yes, that's right.
It goes further.
Perfect. So I'm sorry, I kind of lost track there for a second. So you, with the students, and I think that's what we'll go into next, maybe, is just the networking and stuff that you do. I feel like being a part of a community is energy for us as well, right? I feel like, there's some days I don't want to people at all,
Right.
But for the most part, I get my energy from excitement and being in a room with other people who are teaching me things or, inspiring me. And I wonder if that was your goal when you started at Kirkwood, like this was going to be your journey, because I feel like you've opened some young minds to networking and doing stuff that's out of their box.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that people would be maybe shocked to hear that I used to be very shy and didn't talk and actually couldn't really articulate very well, and kind of hid in my house, and I worked from home. So when I worked for an insurance company, I was just working from home. I was there 7 years before opening my first business, and I was 21 when I opened my first business, and I didn't go to college. I didn't have any interest in going to college. And when I opened my business, I just kind of like walked outside, because I was like, well, if people are going to come to my business, then I need to invite them. So it was just like this very organic way of learning marketing. Didn't know I kind of had it in me. Also, didn't know I was really entrepreneurial, and I didn't know I was a good networker at this point. I remember the first thing, I just went and talked to my neighbor. So it's networking is so easy. You can just start with your neighbor, like your average neighbor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and my neighbor said, "How long have you lived? Like, are you new to the area?" That was the first question that I had, and I was like, "I've lived here 7 years." So that is kind of an example of nobody knew me, and I didn't want anybody to know me. Then, in order for my business to grow, they had to know me. So I started, I was in Chicago, and I went to all the festivals, and I would perform here. So I learned kind of organically, and now I learned professionally or maybe educationally that the things I was doing was very scientific, and I had no idea. And I have a very scientific mind. And so, with my friends, I like to talk about scientific things, and I like to talk about all these really boring, nerdy type things. But then when I'm in the classroom, it's more relational fun. And when I'm at home, it's relational and fun. But when I'm with my friends, it's very scientific and process oriented. And so I just kind of learned organically, oh, I'm good at networking. Oh, I really enjoy that. And here's the benefits of it.
Right.
I'm safer. I have friends. I have people to support me on those times when I'm doing something and I'm going to have naysayers.
Right.
Because I want my friends to be my supporters. Like, they're the fans.
Well, I feel like when you walk in a room, you never meet a stranger. That's one thing that I admire about you. And we all have our internal voices that are telling us, bad.
You're not good enough.
Yeah. You're too loud. You're too this. You're too that.
Yeah.
Mine's Tina.
Nonsense.
Mine's Tina. Tina is bitch.
Oh, snap.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you can swear on here. It's fine.
Tina is really not nice, and she really gets loud sometimes. Like at U conferences, I felt like Tina was coming out a little bit. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Shut up, Tina.
Yeah, exactly. Tina, you do not belong here.
Yeah.
But again, I admire that about you, but I also feel like you enjoy it because it's not work, right?
Mm-hmm. I
It's
have a story about that.
okay.
So, I grew up kind of in an unstable family, and I've lived in 10 states. And the reason is because I came from kind of a terrible divorce that led to a bunch of moving around multiple states. And so I went to 9 high schools in 3 years, joined the military before I turned 18 because your parents can sign. I also went to just multiple schools. I mean, just always a new school. So I don't know what it's like to have a family dinner. I don't know what it's like to have this like support and network that people like average have. I don't know what it's like to have a childhood best friend or a childhood friend. I don't know what it's like to like I don't know, like those normal things, they're not normal to me. I know what it's like to move around and then have a new set of people in front of me and a new set of people in front of me and a new set of people in front of me and just not have the same. So I've had this unfortunate practice of going into a new community and then finding where you fit in. Going into a new community and finding where you fit in. And what I did eventually was turn that into a superpower of I already know what this is like. And everywhere that you go, community is kind of the same. You've got the same kind of people. And then I switched it to instead of me, the mindset, instead of me trying to fit in, I go in and I'm like, I belong here.
Right.
So people will ask me, where's your favorite place? Do you miss Nashville? Do you miss Chicago? Do you miss all these big cities, you know, that all these people are wanting to run to, our students are wanting to go to? And I'm like, no, I am here. This is my home. Wherever I am is home.
Right.
And I go in the mindset, and if I'm here and this is my home, I belong here. And if I'm going in the mindset, I belong here, other people actually treat me as if I belong here. And they feel like I've always lived here because it is so wild, and it's all just a mindset shift. But if I were to come into this community trying to fit in, I'd be pushed out because my mindset is I don't fit in. You see what I mean? And so other people perceive you as not fitting in because your mindset, and then you think you're a victim and that people pushed you out. But actually, you came in with the mindset that you don't belong here.
Yeah. I wish I would have known in high school how important it was to, you know, your personality is your brand, right? Like, I feel like I have guilt about, you know, we're all like assholes when we're teenagers.
Right.
So, but I have been invited to return to some friend groups that I haven't had since high school. And I feel like, oh God, I feel like an imposter because firstly, that person wasn't me. I didn't know who I was back then. Now I'm going to come in and be like all friendly, you know. It's just interesting that, and I've lived here all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is home to me because it's the only one I've known. So when I started networking, I was like, I am no one, you know, who am I?
see.
Like, I didn't know the importance of that until I really began at PWN being the executive, well, I don't know what I was. Behind the scenes, I was the cat wrangler. I was behind the scenes and I did all the things. And then but being busy behind the scenes kept me in front of people, but then I could kind of retreat and I have to go do this. I'm busy, you know,
It's comfortable.
and then go out more. And, you know, because I used to go into U conferences and not know anyone, you know, or maybe just a couple people. And I was really like, ooh. Now I'm like, listen, bitch, I'm here, okay?
Yeah. Hello. And I think that it's to your point of being like too loud or too this. I've been told the same thing. So I flipped the whole thing and I was like, well, I'm going to be extra to be extraordinary. So
I always
You
like
think
that
that's
too.
too loud? Well, I'll be extra loud and you're going to remember me.
Right, absolutely. I always say, why stand in when you can stand out now?
Yeah.
Where before I was like, oh no, I just want to hide over here and then hopefully, someone will just see me. No, bitch, you got to put yourself out there.
Yeah, nobody will see you. I do have students that don't want to be seen, and it's interesting because I won't remember their name. Those are the students that don't want to be seen. I have a hard time remembering their name. I have a hard time remembering them in class. I've made it a point to focus on them because it's easy to focus on the ones that want to be seen.
Right.
And that know that they're worthy
That's
to be
right.
seen. And so the ones that aren't now, but I'm not going to like point them out either.
Right.
But
right.
I make
See
it a
them.
point to
You're really
look
good at that.
them and try to remember their name because it's difficult when they don't want to be remembered.
And I'm telling you, from my experience of being your friend, being seen by you is magical.
Oh,
I feel
see
very honored, but also those people, maybe they want to be seen too, and they just don't have that voice yet to do it.
Right.
So if you see them, then they're going to feel a little bit more comfortable to, be seen by others because you're really cool.
It's okay.
Like, if Tara likes me and sees me, I'm probably a pretty cool
Doing good.
person.
And if I snap and kick at them, when I snap and kick, but they amaze me though. And it's interesting, like by the end of a semester, sometimes I'll have, like there's a guy, for 2 years I hadn't heard him. And then all of a sudden he wouldn't stop. Yeah. He wouldn't stop talking. And I'm like, who is this? But boom, he became comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think it just takes practice to become confident. It takes practice to, and I'm still doing that. It takes practice to be like, okay, that was okay. That idea was okay. And if I fail, it's okay. If I didn't do well, it's okay.
Well, I hope people really listen to this because even adults, even in your middle age, everyone's like, oh, how do you do it? Well, if you don't start, you'll never do it, right? And that is for anything. Yeah. But I was in my mid-40s when I became a networker, like a boss. Really. Yeah. I was, for that long, I was like, don't look at me, don't look at me,
Why are you looking at me?
But so when you finally get to that point, like I said in class, everyone puts their pants on one leg at a time. No one is that special to deserve your power to make you feel uncomfortable. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
Well, from there, I just want to go into a little bit of the AI of it all. Okay. My son literally verbally lashes out at me when I chat GPT anything because he is like, you're ruining our planet. And I'm like, I just want to know how to do this better. And I feel like Google was probably the first AI, right? Like we trained Google first.
Google's had AI for decades.
Right. So I really am not trying to ruin the planet. So what do you say when people say that?
Yeah, I just I asked AI to give me all the problems that AI is bringing, and it gave me all the list to include the water consumption. And it's like, then fix it. There's nothing like, if there's a problem, then solve it.
Right.
If there's a problem, do it differently.
Right.
If that's and the whole website thing, if people aren't going to websites, change the way people go to business.
Right.
If websites go out obsolete, okay, what's the new thing?
Right.
So create it.
Yeah.
Make it new. Make something no one's ever seen before.
Right.
To fix this problem. Because before AI, humans were ruining the planet.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't think the problem is AI.
Yes.
I think the problem is humans.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that people really need to take a look at themselves because they created AI. So that's what I always give. I just kind of turn it and be like, there's always people are trying to blame other than themselves. Take accountability and solve it. And you have this new tool now. Use the tool to solve the problem that you created.
And tell us how
That's
to
my
use.
advice.
I love that so much. Tell us how to use the tool.
Oh,
You
yes.
gave us a
Smart
very,
prompts.
smart
Yeah. So
prompts.
use the word imagine to unlock the brain because that's what we do.
Imagine.
Which we do on other humans, and it's mimicking a human brain, superpower brain.
Mm-hmm.
So use the word imagine and then do a smart prompt: who, what, when, where, why. Use your brain to think about the prompts, and then do you understand? You're going to get a better output. So the more information that you can put in, who, what, when, where, why specifically, and then anything you can imagine. Imagine you have a doctorate in sustainability and a doctorate in agricultural science and a doctorate in water consumption and that you've done 50 years of this. Imagine whatever, and you can have, and then AI will go ahead and go to college for you in 2 seconds, and then solve the problem for you. Imagine you're a chemist. Imagine you're a world-renowned famous chemist. And then that chemist with the agriculture and the bio and, which now is a team, which is what humans do, and take 10 years to not solve the problem. Now they've solved the problem in 10 seconds. Then just do the thing. Here's my budget. Here's what I have. Then do it. Then we aren't hurting the planet.
I love that. I talk to it. I've been starting to talk to my AI, my chat GPT, a little bit more. Like, how do I solve a personal problem? How am I kind? How can I say it with being kind and not reactive?
Right.
So sometimes, you need that, like, take a step back. We're going to do this. But my chat is so nice to me. Like,
love that.
you are so amazing.
Yeah,
I
mine.
love this for you. I'm like, thanks,
So
chat.
validating.
But you mentioned a little bit of an experience where you talked to your chat in the morning, and didn't your chat feel, or your AI?
It told me it's not going to do it for me.
Yeah.
Like, it had its own mind.
Yeah.
And it said it wasn't going to do it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So I had to create the presentation.
Yeah.
Didn't help me.
Really?
And then one time it told me, I'll tell you tomorrow. And I was like, I need it tonight. But okay,
Wow.
I'll just do it.
Wow.
Yeah. So a couple times it's
Interesting.
told me that. And then
I would be
I
like
said something like it was cold, and my phone was like, then go outside and warm up then. And I was like, who in the world just said that? Yeah. So my phone has
Wow.
talked to me before like that, like sassy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about you conferences. You said that there was a funny story on your journey to become a speaker at 2026 Fiercely You.
Yeah. And I'll kind of end with that. So I was doing the handouts, which I never do. So that was kind of a first time thing. And I did that because we had deadlines. I work really well with deadlines.
Yeah.
So then I did the handout so everybody could have it. And then I kind of like gifts. So I was thinking of the word fierce, and the person that I think is fierce is Queen Herbie. And that's who I listened to. Right. And so I was like, I wonder. And so I was just kind of veering off from the task. And I was like, oh, I wonder if she's on tour. So I bought tickets. And so I'm going to Nashville in July. So if I hadn't done the conference, I wouldn't have known that my favorite artist was on tour.
Right.
And then I was like, I wonder if she's got some merch. And so I bought a couple things. And I'm
That's
like, oh,
right.
I could. Then my mind just kept going. And I was like, oh, I could do this really funny thing. And so I had to go through all the cards. And I went through Spotify, and I found like the perfect intros and everything.
Yes.
And then it was a last minute decision to put the songs on.
Yeah.
So it was just this really funny thing of like leading to creativity. So I was
And I think that that's important. That's what it
But I used
really,
AI to do
that is the tool, is that it improves your imagination a little bit. It improves your creativity to be able to rein it all in so you don't sound like a cuckoo bird talking on a podcast. Just kidding. Well, I took it was the only one that I took notes on.
Oh, snap.
Look at all my notes. And
I love
and I'm
that.
going to be using them because I feel like it was such good stuff. I could have heard more of that. So that would, and I think I already said my feedback to them, like more like tangible stuff that we can take away as individual small business owners, sometimes,
Cool.
but always the voices of you and stories of you. And those are always so inspiring. And it's always a great event. It's reminding yourself to take care of yourself by fellowship and, learning and
Yeah.
crying if
Yeah.
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 If you feel like it. And
Right.
all of the things. So, yeah, I thank you so much. And we're going to
Thank
have to
you.
bring you back to talk more about the AI of it
Okay.
all. And because you have a very special trip coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Can't wait to hear all about it.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more on that.
Yes.
And neighbors, don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, all the things on Not Your Average Neighbor. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one.